Hi, it's another episode of Thursdays with RamDev. Today I'd like to talk about a teacher I was with named Trungpa Rinpoche. He was very controversial, and it's maybe a lot easier to talk about all these other saints, Kala Rinpoche and Chögyam Rinpoche and Dalai Lama and Anandamai, who were very saintly in their outer presentation. Trungpa was a wild man. But if we think back to the late 60s, early 70s, mid 70s, there was a lot of kind of phony spiritualism in America. People were walking around with white clothes, with their beads, with spiritual names. There's kind of a sense of phony holiness, if you will, in a lot of people. And Trungpa, on the other hand, was very nakedly direct. He said, all you've got to do is meditate a lot, take care of your body, and then do whatever you want to do. He didn't say, don't do this, don't do that. He said, do what you want. But if you're meditating enough, you will find your own path, the one that works for you. I had the great good blessings to be with him at the first summer at Naropa. Ramdas and I and a bunch of our friends taught a course there called The Yogas of the Bhagavad Gita. In fact, Ramdas has those tapes available at the Be Here Now Network, I believe. Anyway, when we were there's almost like a competition between Ramdas and Trungpa. They had big lecture classes. And Trungpa would sit up on the stage. One time he got so drunk while he was speaking, he had a flask of sake right next to him, that when the talk was over, he stood up and he fell over on his face. But this talk was so brilliant that when I went outside, every leaf of every tree was glowing with consciousness. So he was kind of giving us the message that it's not what you do, it's not how holy you are, but how deeply you go into presence, how clearly you're able to look at reality. That's what's determining your practice, not all these outer things that were so popular back in those days. He really shook a lot of people up in a very, very healthy way. And Maharaji himself was not a traditional teacher. Maharaji was not somebody who did things in the traditional yogic Hindu way. So I really appreciated Trungpa a lot. He freed me from a lot of my concepts. He's got some wonderful books. You might try looking at The Myth of Freedom or Cutting Through Spiritual Materialism, two of his best books. And even to this day, Naropa University, the first Buddhist university in America, is still happening in Boulder, Colorado. Thanks for listening. Take care.